stronger than a fighter, 'cause all my life I've been fighting. Never felt a feeling of comfort. All this time I've been hiding, and I never had someone to call my own. No, I'm so used to sharing. Love only left me alone, but I'm at one with the silence. I found peace in your violence. Can't show me there's no point in trying. I'm at one, and I've been silent for too long. I've been quiet for too long. I've been quiet for too long.
Hello everybody, it's a therapeutic talk show, TikTok. We are here trying to build a generation that seeks to understand more rather than to judge. And today I'm your host. I am Abraham Kasongo. We're having a very special guest on stage today. Sir, good morning.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm alright. I hope you are comfortable in your seat.
I'm very comfortable.
Thank you very much. Would you please introduce yourself to our followers?
Okay. So my name is Morris Banghezano. I'm a student at African University, second year student. I'm doing computer information systems. So I'm the new head subward in 2022 to 2023.
Okay.
And I'm also a cricket player at University Titans.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So as a male head subwarden, what have been your recent ups and downs in your role?
Okay. I've noticed that leading students is actually easier than leading student leaders.
Actually easier.
Yes.
Okay.
Because leading a student leader, someone with power in some point, it's difficult because sometimes you get challenged. Because they are aware that they also have power. So it's so difficult to convince those guys to actually follow you. But it doesn't always goes like that. We've got ups and downs. When we started our team, it was so difficult because we really needed community building ourselves before even having community buildings for the rest of the school.
Yeah.
So we tried working on it, and it worked. Apparently, it's going good. Just that we have hiccups here and there, but we are trying. We are working. It's working.
Okay.
But then we also have downfalls. Sometimes you can have a point of view where others are not agreeing with that decision. So it's so difficult for us to get to an extent where you can have beyond the common ground.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we are both leaders, and as a leader you can easily notice someone's weaknesses. So because all of us are leaders, sometimes we get challenged. But we are trying. So we are going.
All right. So as a subwarden, you are like a father, and you've been talking about the community building at your block, right? So do you think here at AU the concept of embracing diversity is being acknowledged?
Okay. The concept of diversity, from my own point of view, I think is being executed. You start from how the school operates. Okay, let me start with our office. When we are allocating homes, we don't put a student of the same nationality in the same room. We try to promote Pan-Africanism.
All right.
And in all these activities, like yesterday, we had culture night.
Culture night, yeah.
Like on the culture night, we're trying by all means to portray different cultures and how us as Africans, how we can bond people, because we are people from different African countries.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so obviously there will be challenges, but I think the school is executing their culture diversity.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you said it's just stepping back a little bit. You've been saying that it's quite easy to lead students which are not on power. So right, I want us to talk about the students that are on power. Since you are a head subordinate, are you able to collaborate well with other subordinates and share your ideas or accept their ideas?
Okay. So, like I said, from the first, it was a problem because we had differences.
Yeah.
But then we tried to work on our differences and come together as a team and work on the same goal. So it doesn't always go smooth. When you are planning or when you are when you are planning something or an event, I might have my own decision as a end, but the rest of the subordinates they might say
Like
no.
opposite mind.
Yes, they might. Yeah, they might be opposing my decision. But as a team, we accept each and everyone's opinion.
Yeah.
So if you come with another idea, we try by all means to ask you have to give us the advantages and the disadvantages of that idea. Then we check the odds. If I had another decision and you give me another side, if your side has got more advantages, then I have to leave
down
mine
that,
in. Yeah. So it's not like us as a team, we are democratic. Yes, we accept each and everyone's opinion.
Yeah.
So the flow will be to all of us. Yes, as the head, I will conclude, but then I have to listen to my team. Yes.
Wow, that's a sign of great leadership. Okay, right. Thank you very much. As the winner of the 2022 Most Innovative Student Award, can you tell us how you started being a graphic designer and describe any challenges that you faced on your journey and how did you come up with establishing your brand?
Okay. I want to know what my real talent. I'm an artist. I draw. But then growing up, my parents were against the idea.
Okay.
Because they were scared that if I concentrate more in art, I will fail at school. So even in primary school. So when I went to high school, that's when I just left drawing because my parents were against the idea. They were like, you should do one thing.
Yeah.
So that's when I first got my first cell phone, and I installed this other app. It was a photo editor sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, a flyer edit.
All right.
So I started on the phone, and I think I was around 15, 16 years old.
Okay.
So I started designing on the phone. Like when when it's someone's birthday, I would just design for fun. Then when we were doing a small party, I would just design. All of those things, they were for free. So my classmates, that's when they noticed that this guy is, but though they were substandard, but by my age, it was something. So I kept on doing that. But the problem is I didn't have enough resources to upgrade.
Okay.
So in high school, after ordinary level, that's when I first got my first laptop.
Okay.
And I wanted to install those powerful softwares for designing, but then the model of that laptop didn't. It wasn't suitable for designing, so I couldn't as well. So I continued to do it on the phone. So after I finished my high school, after advanced level, I took a gap year before coming to university. That's when I went to South Africa, where I'm still working as a graphic as a bartender. Right. So when I got there, my goal, I was like, the first pay, I have to buy resources for designing.
Yeah.
So my first pay, I had to buy all those things, the desktop, installing all those stuff. That was my first goal. So after I bought them, because I work 6 days a week. I used to yeah. So when I'm off, I used to spend the whole day practicing designing. It's morning to evening. Yeah, I'll be sitting on my laptop. So when I came here in 2021, it was so difficult for me to convince people that I design. It was so difficult. I still remember because it's in me. I like to design. The first week, I had to look for the SRC sports in the entertainment. Then I was still a first year. Then someone showed me shaking. Yeah. So I went to him. It was so difficult for me to convince him that I design. Yes. And because when I was practicing essay, I wasn't posting, I wasn't saving my designs. Yeah. So now he was like, show me, and I didn't have records of design. So then these guys, they were planning a pool party those days. So now I had to say, okay, I can make this flyer for free, so that you can see. So that's when I made the flyer. Shigina was my first client, and it was for free. He was convinced, in that flyer went, it trended. So that's when it went viral. So that's when obviously, when you are marketing, you won't. It's not possible to market to everyone. But if I market to 10 people, those 10 people, they're going to tell other 10. That's how the market goes. So he started, and I'm sure he was the first one to market me. Because now people were asking, who made the flyer, who made this, who made this. Then by days goes on, I started receiving calls. The next person who came, it was Fortune, coming for the flyers as well.
All right.
That's how I started growing my market. But growing a market is not always easy, because especially about designing, you have to convince people that I design.
For sure.
And in each and every design you are going to make, you should show uniqueness. Because you can't just design 10 similar flyers. People will be like, this guy is not serious. So now I had to be consistent with my creativity. So it doesn't always go easy. Because I had competition. Here we've got a lot of graphic designers. So now I had to push. That's when I started joining clubs, which has got anything to do with designing. And about designing, I can't say I know everything. And I haven't met any graphic designer who knows. You learn new things each and every day. Each and every project you do, you will be learning new things. So that's how I grew my market. And I started making flyers for a lot of people. Those guys, that I'm sure my first client, they're the ones who marketed me. Yeah. And about so I think end of semester last year in November, that's when I saw an email from the registrar. Yeah, he was in the email. These guys were advertising about the competition for logos of 30th anniversary. So in my mind, I was just convinced that you can do it. You can do it. And I was like, no, there's no harm in trying. Let me. So I didn't finish it over a day. I had my first design. So okay, this is what happens when you are designing. When I produce the final result, it's not like that will be the exact project from the start. You can design. I can even finish a flyer. Then I'll notice that no, it's too plain or something is off. If I'm feeling like that, I even start afresh. That's what I'll do. I still have the templates for the first stage. I think that one was the second or third design. Yeah, I didn't do it overnight. Yeah, because now I was gathering all the ideas, and I was just looking for simplicity. I didn't want it to be so complex. Yeah. So after I finished, they also talking about giving a theme. I wrote my theme, then I submitted. In the middle of submitting, the network just went off. So now I wasn't even sure if it's gone or not. It was another problem. So I had to go to visit the office to check, and I went there. I was like, guys, did you receive my logo? Because the network just went off. So now I'm not even sure if you got it or not. Then they said, we saw the name. Okay. Yeah. So we had they advertised about the logo. I think it was 21 November 2021. Yeah. Then we closed the school. So at first, because they kept quiet for a very long time, I lost hope, to be honest. So I think on 16 December I was already in South Africa. It was every holiday working. Luckily that day I was off. So as usual, I was sitting on my computer practice. That's when I saw an email, and they were already. That's when they released all the logos, and they saying people you choose one. That's when I chose one, and I posted it, and I was so surprised that almost everyone was reposting that logo. Yeah. Everyone, even the groups, everyone. Wow. So that's the day I got the positive hope that I think there's something. Yeah. So since then they were quiet. Then when we opened school in January, that's when I saw my logo. They're starting using it. Wow. That's when I noticed that I did it. You did it, yeah. So since January, you guys have been seeing it. So they contacted me recently before 30th anniversary. That's when they told me that you should join the program. We are going to award you. Wow. Yeah. So that's how I got. That's how I got awarded. So a lot of people always ask me, where do I get inspiration? About my designs. I just feel like if I tell you something about where I get my inspiration, besides just creative mind, I'll be lying to you. So this is what happens. Like I said, sometimes I don't even plan how to design. What happens is I just want an environment a suitable environment where I can be creative. Okay. Yeah. If I'm in that suitable environment, I'm good to go. So mostly I design at night. When it's quiet, then I put earphones, music, no disturbances. That's your environment. That's my environment. Then I'll sit even for 3 hours, 4 hours, working on a design. That's my environment. But when I'm getting disturbed, walking up and down, it won't be. Yeah. So that's how I get my inspiration. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Congratulations. Thank you. Wow. That's a very interesting journey. And from there, I'm getting that practice makes perfect. Well, so from the journey, after you have established your brand on campus here and there, how did you come up with the name Snowball? Okay, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, you're not the first one to ask me that question. Okay, a lot of people they always ask me. So because I knew that I'm a designer before when I was still in high school. I designed when I bought like the proper resources. That's when I decided to have a proper name. So getting a name was so difficult. That was not the first name I gave. Okay. I had the first name. It was my first name was Pixel Graphics. Pixel Graphics. Yes, that was my first brand name. Okay. That was supposed to be my brand name. But then I've noticed that we are running out of names on the internet. I had to search it, and I'm already seeing another design. Yes. So Snowfox, I think, was the third or fourth. Okay. I can even give you a list. But all of those names, they're already gone. So now I had to. Now I made a list of, I made 2 lists of names. Then I was combining.
Okay.
Yeah. So most of them, yeah, I was combining them. I was just looking for a unique name which is suitable for my business.
Yeah.
So I made the list. That's how I just joined Snow and Fox. Because I like active folks, but putting the active on my brand, it will seem like I'm now doing construction. It was sounding off to me. So that's when I was like, no, let me just put Snow. Then I made the logo and I launched my brand on 20 May 2020. Yeah.
All right. Wow. That was a story on its own to just
Yeah.
come up with the name.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is one thing that you would do, that one small thing that you would do that can take you closer to achieving or accomplishing your dreams?
Okay. As for me, you've got all my interests, they're based on design. And if I get an opportunity to get certified or to get proper education of designing, or to get even a degree of proper designing, and not only static, if in videography, if in video effects, if in editing effects, even on movies, or that's what I want to do. So if I need a certification and a proper degree for graphic design. I think that's the step which I would feel like it will take me closer to my dream.
Wow.
Because I would like to design for, yes, I want to grow my business, but I'm planning to shift to film industries, yes, those VR effects. That's what I really want. So I just feel like I need a proper education.
Yeah.
Because from where I started, I'm a designer and it's a talent, but no one told me. So I feel like I still need that. Still need certification.
Wow.
Because I can't convince a company that I'm a designer if I don't have proper papers.
Sure.
Yeah, so I feel like the one step which will take me closer to my dream is to get proper certification in designing.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
That's very nice. Yeah, very important. So, from your experience and from where you are at right now and where you want to go, what are the advices that you think you could give to the young people which are also planning on venturing in the same area of work like you?
Okay, first and foremost, designing industry, it needs a lot of patience.
A lot of patience.
That's the first thing. You won't do all of these things overnight. It's a process.
Yeah.
It's a process. It's a very long process. So you need to be patient, especially when you are starting on learning to design. You can meet some of the softwares. They are so complex that you even give up in a single try.
Oh.
Yeah. So you need to be committed as well, because it needs a lot of time to capture all those things. I still remember when I started learning, I used to forget.
Oh.
Like when you're designing, I use Adobe package.
Okay.
For static design, I use Photoshop. So it has got a lot of patterns all over the interface. So I used to forget that, okay, if I want to remove background, I used to forget.
Okay.
So I used to design with a phone on Google,
Yeah.
saying, okay, if I want to do this. So, like I said, it's a process, but because right now, that's what I do in practice. Now,
it's just in mind. Yeah.
But when you're starting, you forget. That, how do I do when I want to change this color? So, you need patience. Then, for designing, it's not easy to grow a market.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Because there's a lot of competition and there are a lot of good designers. So you have to be unique in order for people to choose your brand. So you need to be unique. You need to be creative. You need to be creative. So You need to be first I said you need to be patient with learning. Then you need also to be patient with growing your business because it takes time. But once you're up, you are up.
Up.
Yes. Then designing it. Okay, in order to earn, you have to spend. So when you are designing, the resources for designing, they're expensive. So you have to sacrifice. If you want to get a proper PC or desktop, they are expensive because you need a faster machine to install those PEs. So that's the other thing. If you want to venture into designing, you have to be ready to spend.
You're ready to spend.
So yeah, I think that's it.
All right, thank you very much. So, wow, I'm pretty sure you have helped a lot of people who are still hesitating on getting into the field. So this marks the end of our show today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
for
much.
sharing. Yeah. So guys, this is the end of today's show. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you have an inspiring story, anything you would like to share, do not hesitate. Come grab the seed and let's talk about it. See you all.